security breaches. I did not email any classified material.
Don't worry, people. Nothing to see here. Madam Secretary says no classified materials were sent. 60,000 emails sent solely on your personal email, Madam Secretary. None were classified. And by the way, what about received? In 4 years at the State Department, they never sent you a classified document, not even during the Benghazi terror attacks. None, not one. Are you sure? Well, now we're hearing she used her own personal BlackBerry and not a government-issued one. Time will tell if Hillary's email mess will cost her political future, but we already know it's hitting taxpayers. Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Bolling. Welcome to Cashin, our Cashin crew this week. Wayne Rogers, Jonathan Honig, Lisa Booth, and Jessica Tarlov. Welcome, everybody. Well, thanks for leaving us the bill, Hillary. No, not your husband. The cost of the investigation into your private emails, the price tag could reach into the millions. Lisa, another costly Clinton scandal. What's going?
Well, it's absolutely infuriating as a taxpayer that her arrogance and, her sense of entitlement is costing us millions of dollars. Look, she has zero respect for the American people who she was entrusted to represent as Secretary of State. Not only has she broken rules and regulations, but she's gone to unprecedented lengths to protect herself and her emails from subpoenas. And, I think is most important is the fact that she potentially put our national security at risk by using an unsecure server. Yeah,
and we're not sure if any emails were leaked. We don't know so many things about this whole email scandal. It keeps bubbling up. Another tentacle opens up. Now we find out she used her personal BlackBerry. You know what that means? We don't know if that thing was hacked. In fact, Guccifer claims they hacked her already.
Eric, I don't think it's a question of whether or not she was hacked or somebody got into her emails or that sort of thing. It's the fact of the matter is that this is a woman who is devious. We know that at best. You go back to Whitewater, Filegate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She has a history of this. So why should we trust her? Why should the American public want to trust her? She's inventing things, and by the way, a lot of this is just totally obscurantism. She's trying to generate enough paperwork that nobody will ever get through with it. I mean, you think that they've been 5 years trying to get these statements from the State Department. They've been all this period of time trying to do that. You invent all of this stuff so that you can delay, so it'll never happen.
Jessica, is that what it is, or is it getting it out of the way before she announces her run for president?
Well, I certainly don't think that Hillary's a devious person who's inventing for a delay of game. I mean, I think that the Clintons do want to get past certain things before they launch the campaign, which I think will be coming in the next 3 to 4 weeks. But I think what's really crucial right now is that Hillary gets out there and she starts talking about her agenda and her platform and her policies and what she'll do as president.
But would you accept this behavior from a college kid, from a college senior? Would you accept it from a tenant of yours? Would you accept it from any business deal? You wouldn't. And I tell you, Eric, Hillary made her millions, I don't know, is it 100 million, millions from politics. And the fact that now she's costing politics, that's us, the people, millions of dollars, I think it's despicable.
Let me go back to you, Lisa. But this is bigger, though. This is national security at risk. I'm concerned who else has the information that Guccifer has. I'm concerned whether President Obama and the White House were emailing Hillary Clinton on her personal device and someone else is intercepting those.
Well, you're absolutely right, and there has been reports that she was emailing with President Obama. They've even admitted as much. And look, a former director of litigation for the National Archives has said that the only time that it would be acceptable for a cabinet-level official to correspond the way she did through private email is short of a nuclear winter. So we're talking about the fact that, maybe she didn't have classified documents, but if she was talking about those classified documents in the email chain.
How could she not?
Well,
all those years, 4 years. Jessica, let me ask you this. 4 years. Benghazi was right in the middle of that 4-year period. You're going to tell me not one document, not one correspondence was classified of all those?
I mean, it's hard to believe. And but I do try to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially people who have served our country, as Hillary Clinton did. I mean, there's also the part that there were State Department emails that were lost, like the server was screwed up anyway.
Oh,
so we don't know.
Isn't that amazing?
There's no way they planted that. The Clintons went in and they messed with the servers.
But how many servers that seem just like, oh my God, they suddenly disappear with this whole administration? Eric, once again, we talked about Obama's animal farm. It's good for the pigs and not for anyone else. It seems like, once again, Hillary is following that same route. What's good for some is not good for the people that she's supposed to serve.
Wayne, think about this for one. Hold on, Lisa. This is a very important number I want to get out there. This week, there was an Inspector General's report that found that, Wayne, over 1 billion emails were sent from the State Department. 1 billion emails during that 4-year period. They noted 71,000 only as important enough to archive and to save. Out of 1 billion, that's a problem.
Well, of course it is, Eric. When you've got somebody deciding, the person who's generating this is deciding what's right or wrong about it, it's insane. You can't do that. That's why we have a system. We have courts. We have people who make judgments that are outside of that. You can't ask the person who's committing the sin to then just suddenly turn around and say, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do this. You know, that's crazy. She is someone who is given to this. She enjoys being devious. She enjoys being obscurantist. She enjoys all of this stuff.
Whether
and she can frustrate.
Wayne,
by the way,
whether she does go ahead, finish.
She can frustrate these committees forever. She's great at that.
So whether she enjoys it or not, Lisa, here's the issue. Does she think she's above the law?
She absolutely does, and we've seen this repeated pattern of it. And look, it's important to remember, this comes on the heels of the revelation that the Clinton Foundation received donations from foreign governments who were lobbying the State Department. We've seen this pattern of dishonesty, this pattern of poor judgment, and that's what this comes down to. It comes down to intentional deceit. Back to what Jessica said, it is deceit because she went to great lengths to set up her own server, to use private email for her official correspondence.
Hey,
so this
you know what
comes
else?
down to
You know what else?
deceit and lack of judgment.
If you use your private server, if you use your private BlackBerry, you can't be scrutinized under the FOIA request. So if you request their documents, you can't.
Exactly.
You have to go to a judge and
Eric,
get a subpoena.
But how much money, how many assistants are on this and lawyers are on this that are going over those 50,000 emails? It's hard to make money in the economy with the regulations, the taxes. Stop wasting our money. And that's, once again, exactly what the Clintons, once again, millionaires, multimillionaires from politics are doing.
I think that's petty change. I think that's chump change compared to the amount of money that we could be losing if this bubbles up into a bigger conspiracy, if Iran knows what we're doing, if Al-Qaeda knows what we're up to, if hackers know what we're up to.
Yeah, I don't think that you're wrong.
Eric,
but to say that this is a violation of the law at this point, I mean, it's clear that it isn't a violation of the law as it was when she was in office.
It's clear it's not?
Well, that's what they've said now.
They said it.
No, not just the Clintons said it.
I'm not exactly sure about that. We may or may not
but
be
what about
doing
innocent until proven guilty here? I mean, the idea the Clintons marched their own beat of their own drum, I understand.
It's a violation of protocol, if not law, and we're still trying to find it. Go ahead, Wayne.
You have to ask yourself why. Why does she do this? Why? What is she hiding? What is she wouldn't do this if she's not hiding something. I mean, it's insanity. A child knows that. You don't go to these links to do all of this to dodge the truth. You know, why is she doing it?
But quick thought, Lisa, you're going to jump in?
Well, and one point that's important to remember, too, that we haven't necessarily hit on is how politically damaging this can be to Hillary Clinton, right? This perpetuates this broader narrative that's been around for a while about her and Bill Clinton and this sense of entitlement that they have. And this feeds right into that. So politically, I think this is absolutely impactful, especially when you have the New York Times coming after you, when you have the Associated Press coming after you.
Right. Associated Press suing to see the documents. All right.
Exactly.
We'd have to leave it right there. Folks, in just a few weeks,